Obama owns Trump, and yesterday he took Pouty Fuckwinkle to town for his faux concern for Charlie Kirk and the political violence happening across this country.
How do we fix this country? How do we come back together?
I'll tell you something that's going to get me in trouble, but I couldn't care less.
Obama didn't mention Trump by name, but left little doubt who he was calling out at an event yesterday in Pennsylvania.
What happened to Charlie Kirk was horrific and a tragedy. What happened, as you mentioned, to the state legislators in Minnesota, that is horrific. It is a tragedy. And there are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The central premise of our democratic system is that we have to be able to disagree and have sometimes really contentious debates without resort to violence. And when it happens to some, but even if you think they're quote unquote on the other side of the argument, that's a threat to all of us. And we have to be clear and forthright in condemning it. Obviously, I didn't know Charlie Kirk. I was generally aware of some of his ideas. I think those ideas were wrong. But that doesn't negate the fact that what happened was a tragedy and that I mourn for him and his family. He's a young man with 2 small children and a wife who obviously, and a huge number of friends and supporters who cared about him. And so we have to extend grace to people during their period of mourning and shock. And so when I hear not just our current president, but his aides, who have a history of calling political opponents vermin, enemies, who need to be targeted, that speaks to a broader problem that we have right now. And something that we're going to have to grapple with, all of us.
Now, of course, compare that to the current POTUS.
He died like a dog.
And to be honest, Obama was very generous in his comments about Charlie Kirk, known for his racist and homophobic attacks on fellow Americans.
She gives these speeches, and it just has this aura of totalitarianism. My team says she's Indian and Caribbean. I'll tell you what. She would be a lot easier to beat than Joe Biden. A lot. I mean, Joe Biden is a bumbling, dementia-filled, Alzheimer's, corrupt tyrant who should honestly be put in prison and or given the death penalty for his crimes against America. But Kamala Harris, my goodness, there's something that just kind of is tribal where people are like, I don't know if I want this crazy person running the country.
I will never understand how anyone can feel joy about shooting another innocent human. Where is the joy in that?
Gentlemen, please, let's get loud for Kyle Rittenhouse.
I can't stand the word empathy, actually. I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year.
And the Civil Rights Act, though, let's be clear, created a beast, and that beast has now turned into an anti-white weapon. Is in Leviticus 18, is that thou shalt lay with another man shall be stoned to death. Just saying. So, Miss Rachel, you quote Leviticus 19, love your neighbor as yourself. The chapter before affirms God's perfect law when it comes to sexual matter.
Kirk was MAGA 2.0, scooping up the dark and ugly side of our country while making millions and enjoying his exalted status as Trump Jr. Since Kirk was killed by a 22-year-old with a hunting rifle last week in Utah, Trump and other MAGA Republicans have tried to pin the killing on radical left-wing ideology fueling violence and fear across the country, despite a spate of violence targeting Democrats this year.
My good friend and colleague, Speaker Melissa and her husband, Mark, were shot and killed early this morning in what appears to be a politically motivated assassination.
Obama, who's long been the target of conspiracy theories from Trump and Republicans, also blasted man-titties for refusing to unify the country after Kirk's killing. I mean, he said it out loud.
But I couldn't care less.
In the wake of the 2015 mass shooting carried out by a white supremacist named Dylan Roof, who murdered 9 people at an historic black church in South Carolina, Obama didn't point fingers at Republicans and the Confederate flag-waving hillbillies.
They're not forgotten. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland.
Obama didn't blame others for what Roof did, even when Roof pointed to the far right as an influence. So White House spokesperson Abigail Jackson, she accused Obama of being the architect of modern political division in America, saying Obama demeaned millions of patriotic Americans who opposed his liberal agenda as bitter for clinging to guns or religion. Okay, you want to know the truth? Barack Obama was right. Too many Americans cling to their guns. And this comment that Republicans love happened back in April of 2008 when Obama was speaking at a fundraiser. He speculated on why the Democratic Party was losing or had lost working class voters. What Obama was saying is that the government had let these people down and left them clinging to guns and religion. It was an attack on Bush and Clinton and not these people. But of course, Trump's windbag doesn't get the irony that it was a gun that took Charlie Kirk's life and that Trump has threatened political figures with violence in the past.
Hillary wants to essentially abolish the Second Amendment. By the way, and if she gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks. Although the Second Amendment people, maybe there is, I don't know.
Jackson went on to say Obama was slandering Republicans, calling them deplorables or fascists or Nazis. But of course, Obama has never said any of these things, but you know who has.
Kamala Harris is the first major party nominee in American history who fundamentally rejects freedom and embraces Marxism, communism, and fascism.
Obama has been in Trump's head for more than 20 years, causing man-titties to successfully tap into these MAGA racists when he implied that Obama was from Africa.
People are trying to figure out why isn't he giving his birth certificate.
But of course, Obama handled it like the adult in the room, skewering Trump with wit and sarcasm.
Say what you will about Mr. Trump, he certainly would bring some change to the White House. Let's see what we've got up there.
Remember when Trump said Obama bugged Trump Tower? Trump lost it.
Remember this, Obama cheated on the election. And we have it cold, hard, blue, and it's getting even more so because the stuff that's coming in is not even believable.
And of course, at Jimmy Carter's funeral, Trump's people leaked that Tiny Fingers asked Obama to come play golf with him, and Obama said something like, "Go fuck yourself," and immediately after, Trump went on the attack.
Donald Trump stooping to an ugly new low, even for him. He's making a claim that will be heard the world over, reviving an old and familiar and rather tired tactic of accusing a perceived political enemy of treason.
The leader of the gang was President Obama. He's guilty. It's not a question. I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason.
So the final nail in Trump's insanity is his attorney general doing the circuit saying they'll start arresting people for hate speech.
I believe in hate speech. When you have hate for somebody, I am 100% into speech.
Oops, wrong video.
More law enforcement going after these groups who are using hate speech and putting cuffs on people, so we show them that some action is better than no action.
We will absolutely target you, go after you, if you are targeting anyone with hate speech.
And what is really driving Trump crazy is he knows he still has to face his pedo past with Jeffrey Epstein.
It's not fair.
So Trump is using the tragic death of this MAGA boy, tempted by the fruits of hate and division, who was struck down by the GOP's favorite amendment, and sadly has joined the tens of thousands who died by the bitter hands clinging to the false promises of this traitorous pig.
I couldn't care less.
Goddamn right. Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list.
It's sitting on my desk.
Do you have no shame? Are you not entertained?
Who are you talking to?
I could be a stupid person.
Trump admitted he knew Epstein for 15 years.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
I'm sorry, man.
You're a nasty person.
It's not fair.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.